Hello, Warfighters. War is hell. Welcome to the next episode of the series where we're taking a look at what could have happened had there been a second Korean War. This is going to be a joint U.S. and South Korean operation here, so let's go ahead and get to the briefing. The lines have remained the same, as a lot of the fighting has been centered on Seoul. North Korea is making a very significant push to be able to take the city, and all resources are going to that position. However, we're going to be striking up here at this airbase. We're going to be coming in here from the east. We're going to be mounting a very special attack. We've gotten word that Kim Jung-Un is going to be visiting some of the pilots there who've taken part in an air raid that decimated a South Korean position. We've got an agent in North Korea who will be taking out Kim Jong-il by poisoning him, but this airbase is where Kim Jong-Un is going to be, and we're going to strike it. Of course, this airbase is heavily defended by North Koreans. You've got people in the base, you've got people guarding the base, and then you've also got patrols around there. So this is not going to be easy. We're equipped right now for a stealthy type of operation, but we know once we get in there and we take out Kim Jong-Un, it is going to be a tough fight to get out of there. So this is going to be the first time that those stealth Black Hawk helicopters are going to be used, the ones you've heard about from the Bin Laden raid, except this is happening, of course, before that. This is where the alternate history kicks in. So the squad of United States Special Forces is in this helicopter, and then in the other chopper, we've got the South Korean Special Forces. So we'll be working together on this one to make sure that this is a successful mission, because this is so critical. If we can take out the leadership of North Korea, it's going to cause the army to go into some tremendous disarray, as well as the rest of the country. So there is a lot that is riding on this mission. We're going to come in here, of course, and we're going to land in one of the few open areas that's somewhat close to the airbase. It was actually very difficult choosing an LZ here, because I don't want to be so close that they'll obviously be able to spot me, but I also don't want to be so far away that we may miss the window of opportunity to be able to get Kim Jong-Un. We're tracking his helicopter on radar right now, and so we know he's nearby. We've got to push as quickly as possible. There is one position that is up ahead that we absolutely have to take out before we can get to the airbase, because they could mobilize from that position, cut us off, and we're all stuck behind enemy lines here in a fight that we won't be able to win unless we take this position out. Now, it is far enough away, of course, that if the enemy starts engaging us, nobody else should be able to hear it. You can see we're actually fighting in a snowstorm too, which helps a lot, being able to muffle some of the sounds. So here are the South Koreans here. We're rendezvousing at this location, and then together we're going to push on to our primary objective. So I'm excited to see what these two Special Forces units are going to be able to do together. I've been alternating back and forth, basically, when playing as the opposition forces to North Korea. So it's great to be able to get these two guys together here, or these two units together. And obviously this would happen quite a bit too, that you would see this type of cooperation from the Special Forces. So we're getting close to the objective. It's actually right past this tree. There's an opening here that'll allow me to be able to take a look at where we know the North Koreans to be. At least that was what the satellite imagery told us, was that there were a lot of North Koreans that were up here. So the South Koreans have actually gone over to the left, and they'll be engaging from that area, and then I'll be here. So we can see already open fired. And so now it's us just taking them out here, and I got to be very careful as I move up. I've got everybody now in a firing line. We're going to be engaging any North Koreans that we see here, and I keep thinking there's somebody off to the right, but I'm seeing some tracer fire coming from the left, and I'm being very careful not to stick out too far here. Yep, there was somebody over there. Okay, he's down too. So luckily I've got my guys covering me here as I continue to try and push up. Here's this guy that's behind this mound. Dang it, he's tough to hit. And a lot of it too has been, I used a lot of stamina, of course, getting up to this location. Now if I was prone here, it'd be a lot easier to hit this guy, but I also know by going prone, I likely wouldn't be able to see him. So, fortunately, just a little move off to the right, and I'm good. Some white smoke up there, so I'm a little nervous. I'm good. I'm going to push up here, though, pretty quick. Stay low, but try and run as fast as I can. All right, and things have gotten pretty quiet. So I think we've gotten all of the guys that are out in the open. Yeah, this building's clear here from what it looks like. But yeah, you've got guys like this who are going to be prone. Who are going to try and take pot shots at us. Again, going to run up here to this wall, use it as cover. Oh, there's some more fire, and I don't know. Well, it's got to be North Korean fire because my weapons are silenced. And so are South Koreans here. Now that fire sounded like it came from the left. So now that I'm up here and I got a better vantage point on this area. Yeah, there's somebody there, a medic. Take him down. But you got somebody else that's right up there by that church. Anybody out on this road before I stick my head out? Nope. Oh, saw that guy at the very last second hiding behind that bush. Oh, and there's someone up over there too. Now the real test here will be us moving through this and seeing if we take any fire from behind. It seems like the South Koreans who are over there are moving up. Nobody's engaging them, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. All right, so we're going to move past this here and start moving to the airbase. It's just about a click and a half away, so we'll be going to our first checkpoint. And so we go through the checkpoint, completely uneventful. We're on to the next one here that actually brings us a little bit closer to the airbase. Now, there's this road off to the left, and I do want to stay pretty close because I do know that there are patrols that are going on around here. But I want to make sure that I use this road to kind of guide me into where I need to go. What I had been doing is kind of moving off more to the right. But since the South Koreans are crossing the road right here, I wanted to get extra close to make sure that I could cover them. Once they get into some of the trees, I'll kind of fall back in there as well. If enemy do come down the road or something, I want to be the one that engages them and distract the South Koreans. Okay, there are some guys that are up ahead that are kind of huddled around. And they're definitely North Korean. Oh, we've got a truck coming down the road too. Okay, so I have to make a decision right now. Am I going to engage that truck? Or do I just sit here and hope nobody notices me? Well, I've got to engage them after it seems like the South Koreans chose to open fire. But the fact that this truck is actually very close, this is advantageous for me because I'm just going to spray fire into this truck at extremely close range. And yeah, everyone in the back is already dead. Oh, driver got out. Wow, we wiped them out. Oh, here's one more guy. All right. Wow. That was actually super quiet, too, because I don't think there was that much fire coming from the North Koreans. Okay, so we'll move up here. And again, we're not that far away from the airbase now, so we really have to be careful about engaging the enemy when and where. Because from this point on, it's very possible that the North Koreans could hear it, raise the alarm, and then game over. Kim Jung-Un doesn't land. We're not able to hit him. We can't let that happen. One, obviously, because we want to make sure that the North Korean leadership is taken out here. But also, the information that we got... Oh, nice job. South Koreans taking them out. The information that we got was from an informant within the North Korean leadership. And if this doesn't go according to plan, we might lose that source inside the North Korean leadership. I mean, it'll be obvious to pick out who would have known at this point. So as we're moving closer, we hear the helicopter, which means so far nobody knows that we're here. And this is it right here. And as Kim Jung-Un comes into the airfield, making sure that this is the time that we move quick. That sound is going to mask our advance. But also, we've got to be careful to not move too quickly to make sure... Well, we don't want somebody to see us who's in the guard tower or anything like that. Now, we know he's not going to be here for this long. North Koreans aren't stupid when it comes to this type of stuff. They wholeheartedly understand that this is a major security risk, bringing Kim Jong-Un out in the open. But this is an opportunity for the North Korean propaganda to really show what successes their fighter pilots are having, which is why he's taking this risk. Obviously, it was not a smart choice here, as hopefully in just a little bit we'll be able to take him out. Okay, watching very closely to make sure that there's no patrols this close here to the airbase. Can't imagine that there would be, because you've got the guard posts that are really, really close. You've got the South Koreans who are actually going to be engaging some of the enemy that are at the entrance of the gate and actually push in to the base here as soon as we're able to take out Kim Jong-Un. Kind of make sure that we're engaging the enemy here on two sides. Really add to the confusion. All right, I'm going to have to take that guy out. He was just looking right at our direction. Okay, so we're still good. We're going to move up here, and our observation point is about 70 meters away here. We'll use to be able to verify that Kim Jong-Un is here. So I'm actually going to keep my guys here. I'm going to push up just all by myself here just to reduce the chance that somebody will see us. I'm going to stay low and actually move very close to some of these objects. There's that helicopter. Now I'm going to get behind one of these large rocks and use that for cover. Okay, so with what I could see, there are South Korean, or North Korean, excuse me, special forces that are up there. There's one figure that I thought was Kim Jong-Un. And then there's the pilots. They're out there. Yep, that's Kim Jong-Un up there. He's talking to those pilots. So now what I'm going to do is actually... I'm not going to take him out here with my gun. What we've got going for us here is we've got a B-2 that's actually overhead, armed with some cruise missiles. We can verify that he's at this location. They'll be able to fire on him. And this is going to be the easiest way to guarantee that we have killed him. So as it's hovering above, I'm sending the message right now to be able to engage the airfield, particularly that part of the runway here with one cruise missile. So I'm going to stay back here, and I can already start to hear the missile coming in. It's going to get louder and louder as it gets closer, obviously. I'm just going to keep my eyes right here. Now, it's pretty close, so I'm going to get behind this rock. Nice, that was a successful strike. Alright, the base is on alert now, so I'm going to bring everybody else up here now, because there's got to be some soldiers that are going to be rushing out of there to see if anybody is still alive. When they do, we're going to open up on them and take them out. And right now, on the other side of the base, the South Koreans are starting to push up to take out the guards at the front of it, and also move into the airbase, of course, to take out anybody who might still be in there. Now, I saw some feet. There's the first person to kind of come out here. This guy's lucky here until I'm able to finally get some hits on him. Okay, so it looks like they'll be coming out of this position, this part of the wall that was blown down here by the explosion. All right, now we've got everybody opening up now. I was trying to be a little bit cautious, but they've got to know that we're over here. At some point, I got to move out to the runway and verify that Kim Jong-Un was killed. Because I won't be able to consider this a successful mission unless I get that verified kill here. All right. Nobody else has been coming out here for a little bit, so it's time to push up here towards the airfield. I'm just worried that once I get to this opening here, that I'll see some more North Koreans just rushing right at me. I mean, there's some fire that's going on. Oh, it's the guys who are off over to my right shooting into the airbase. All right, I'm going to move them right here so that way they're guarding the front. Anybody who pops out be met with some U.S. Special Forces. Oh, there's somebody who just came around there. Nice, I got the kill. Since they're closer to the air base too, it's a lot more likely that the North Koreans are going to engage them before they engage me. So this is my time to really move. Okay, I'm at the position. Well, that's Kim Jung-Un right there. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some DNA. That way we'll be able to verify that it was in fact him before I'm able to head back. But everybody around here was killed, and that's not a surprise with a cruise missile. Okay, getting out now. And don't get me wrong, I know in the case of a cruise missile strike that close there wouldn't be any DNA, but I guess I had to roll with the fact that this game doesn't blow up bodies like that. Anyway, so we're moving through the last bit of the air base here after the South Koreans had cleared it out. We're going to get out of here. We're actually going to push back to our initial position because now that word's gotten out that Kim Jong-un's been killed, that there are special forces operating in this area, which is us, you can imagine there's going to be a pretty significant response from the North Koreans. Now, the helicopters that brought us in are actually quite a ways out. They are obviously a tremendous asset and wanted to protect them as much as possible. So as we kind of head back here, we're being careful, but we're moving very, very fast. You know, every second that we can get back, or every second that we can spare to get back to that location helps us out. We'll likely have to set up some defense around here, get into some defensive positions, and wait for the helicopters to be able to come in. We didn't want to go with conventional helicopters, of course, in this one, too, just because it was, one, so close to an airbase, and two, we understand that they would likely scramble fighters to this area. We didn't want to tip them off here by just having helicopters that would show up on their radar. But again, the downside is they're a little bit farther away to be able to protect those assets, and so they have to come in here. All right, so I'm getting back to this position that we were at earlier, that first location that we took out enemy soldiers. The reason why I'm being very cautious right here is because I'm confident that we took everybody out. I can't be 100% sure. So we got back here and there was no enemies, you know, from the airbase to this location. And so I just want to make sure I don't figure that there's nobody out here. I don't move carelessly through this area. There might be somebody off, you know, over to the right. Somebody who wasn't able to see us on our way out. It's very possible. And again, just don't want to rush in here. Now, the South Koreans came in from a little bit of a different location on the way back. We split up just in case. And so we still have to wait for them to be able to get back here. We're the first ones here. Okay, no enemy fire yet. It's tough to see with this snow if enemy are alive or dead just because of the snowfall, the fog, everything like that. All right, I figure we've got everybody in here during the first attack, so that's not bad. We'll find a defensive position. We'll hole ourselves up there, and we'll be good. South Koreans, as I mentioned, aren't that far behind. So about 15 minutes has passed. South Koreans are back. We've gotten word that a counterattack will be coming from this direction right here. So me and my guys are set up on this side of the central building. The South Koreans are on the other side of the building. Just scanning the area, waiting for the enemy to come. We also got word that armor had been spotted in the area, particularly a BTR. So I picked up one of the RPGs from the enemy that we killed here earlier. Okay, I'm spotting somebody apparently. So I'm going to zoom in here. Oh, there is somebody that's over there, but I can't move my weapon that far to the right here while it's resting on it. So here comes some guys over here. I'm going to try and engage them. It's going to be tough to hit them with all of these trees. Alright, I'm going to get everybody to open fire now, because we know that it's a pretty significant attack right here. Have to reload, and then I'll set up on this wall again. I'll continue engaging any enemy that are over there. If I can move my guys up also, that may help. Oh, there's somebody behind that tree. You can see their legs. I'm going to have to just try and aim for the shins to take him down. Okay, so where are my guys firing at? This guy's kind of looking to the left of that destroyed structure. Did I see something over there? Oh, I did. See, there's somebody right there. He just stood up. I took him down. That guy's positioned himself in the debris. And that guy's popping out behind the tree. So it's really going to be, if any North Korean pops their head out, I'm going to have to take him out pretty quick. You know, we've only lost, what is that, 2 of the initial squad, and that was during the attack that we had here, the first attack. So we've been doing a pretty good job so far. I'm going to bring these guys back because I do want them to be able to get into some kind of cover, because I don't know how much larger this attack is going to be. Obviously, the North Koreans are not happy, and they're going to flood this area. It doesn't matter how many guys they end up losing. They're going to do everything they can to try and take us out. All right, I'm going to get to the second level of this here. This is where I was at earlier. Gave me a pretty good vantage point over the area, specifically in this direction. So I want to see if I can use it again. I know somebody's firing over at my direction, and so I'm not going to just pop my head straight up over here. I'm just going to pop my head out enough to be able to see what might be in front of me. Where is that? Oh, there he is, in between those 2 trees. Come on. Dang it. I wasn't able to get him. That's not good. Since he popped behind the trees, too, it's going to be a lot harder for me to hit him. Want to make sure I conserve my ammunition here. I don't know how much enemy are going to be coming this way, and obviously there's no chance at resupply at this point. It's just wait for extraction, so I'm not going to fire blindly into those trees. I know I've got 8 mags left, but still, I want to be smart about how I'm firing. I don't know where that guy's at. It's gotten a lot quieter, as you've noticed. I don't know if they're falling back to be able to regroup or what's going on, but this is making me a little nervous. It's good to know we at least push back the first wave of enemy. At least that's what I'm guessing we've done here. Oh, I'm taking some fire. Now, I haven't heard how the South Koreans on the other side are faring in this. If they've taken any casualties at all. We're still good, obviously, at this point. All right, somebody else popping their head out here. Now, I could stay right here. I could go back up to the second floor of that building off to my left. I'm heavily tempted to do that right now. See if there is anybody else that could be out in those trees. Because if I stick my head out and people start firing at me, I obviously know. Oh, Didn't mean to do that. Man, I'm lucky I didn't get injured right there. Not taking any fire here, so I'm pretty sure that I'm good. So I'll use this pillar for cover. Scan around the area a little bit more. Oh, there's somebody off over there. Oh, we've got an APC now. This is that BTR that was called in. Okay, so it's back there behind those trees. So I've got the RPG. It hasn't come out of that area yet. I'm going to aim... I don't know. I feel like I'm only going to get one shot at this. So let's reposition. But I still got to get that BTR quick. Because it could take us all out really at this point. You know, I've got one member of my team who does have AT also. Okay, so they're calling infantry. I wonder if they're unloading from the BTR behind those trees. That's smart, because I don't see where they're at. Yeah, this is not helping me at all. Okay, I'm just going to have to guess. Okay, so if I have to guess, I'm choosing right there. Nope. Crap. Where is it? Oh, yep. See, now it's opening fire. At least I got a better idea where it's at from those tracers. I'm sure it heard or saw the RPG just roll right past them. Or fly right past them. Nice. That was a direct hit. Okay, so that's for sure going to get all of the infantry out from there. My guys should be able to engage them without any problems. I'm going to use this hill for cover and try to see who I can hit from here, too. It's 2 infantry down that were in that APC. There's some I saw running to the front and back. There's a crewman that's taken down. Oh, I've lost somebody. I've lost 4. Okay, so there seems to still be a lot of infantry that's over there, so if I can, I'm going to try and see if I can get another shot with the RPG on that BTR to see if I can destroy it and have that explosion kill some of the infantry nearby. Okay, so from that smoke, I've got a good idea of where that is. But it wasn't a clear shot from there. Let's try up here again with that smoke, see if I've got a better aim, or if I've got a better view of it. And I do. You can see the back of the BTR on fire. You can see a spare tire that's on there too, so I've got to aim right there. And I think that should destroy it, but there's really not that much fire over here either. Alright, just to be safe, successfully destroyed the BTR. So I think I'm done with this RPG. But I know this still is not the end of it. Oh, we've got movement off to the left here. They're trying to flank us. Now they've gotten in pretty close here too. Okay, I'm taking a lot of fire. I'm going to get the rest of my team on me here. And we're going to set up over here. We're going to try and join up with the South Koreans who are over here. And see if we can help them out. To stay on this building, though, they've got to be moving more to the left. My guess is they're behind that church. And they keep coming up here. See, I'm barely able to spot anybody in those bushes. Gosh, again I fall, and again I'm not injured. That's lucky. Oh, I'm hearing a chopper come in. There it is. That's our right out of here. So while the South Koreans hold off the North Koreans, we're going to fall back here. And we're going to get to the helicopter. At least we're going to start moving. All right, there's the South Koreans. See, they've already kind of moved back a little bit. Okay, my guys need to come back here. I don't know if they're... I can't tell if they're engaging any enemy right now, but I'm going to order them into this helicopter. Alright, so that should get them out of their locations and get them rushing back there. I'm still going to stay back, though. I'll try and help out these South Koreans as much as possible. But we're just getting a few shots here from the North Koreans. I'm sure they've seen a destroyed BTR. A number of corpses of their comrades. I'm sure they're thinking twice about making a very significant push up there. But we know that they're going to. Nice. Those are F-15s above us, too. So we've got some air cover. So we definitely can get out of here because they could just drop some bombs. The enemy locations here. I've got a few of my guys already in the chopper. You can see down at the bottom left. But I'm still waiting for 3 and 7 to be able to mount up there. However, they could be moving together. F-15s, I can still hear them. They're circling around. Alright, where's my guys? Okay, there's one. He might be stuck. Oh, wow. That fire's pretty close. Yep, I'm not sticking my head out right there. There are a lot of them that are just sitting there waiting in the trees. All right. The South Koreans, though, are engaging them now. Sit here, wait just a second. Make them forget about me. And now we're going to push out here one more time. Oh, you got somebody right there. Seems like they're kind of spreading out a little bit here, moving to the right. They're being very cautious about how they move up here. But me being in this building, I can just pop my head out like this, and I don't think that they can really tell anybody's in here. Okay. I think we're good. I mean, 7's gotten out. Alright, and he's heading back to the chopper right now. We fall back with the rest of the team now. We've got everybody. All the Americans, at least, are pushing back. South Koreans have started to move back a little bit, too. We obviously want to protect them because, at the end of the day, yes, we want there to be information about U.S. involvement, but we want to make sure that the South Koreans get most of the credit for this because it's going to do the most, morale boost for South Korea, and that's something that they absolutely need right now. All right, with the chopper up ahead, all we've got to do is get in and get out of here. So with the death of Kim Jung-Un, we're going to consider this a successful mission. So this will be the last episode, of course, for this portion of the series. I'll do an intermission video, of course, right after this. And then it's on to the second half of what would happen if there was a second Korean War. So feel free to subscribe, you guys, if you have not already. You can follow me on Twitter by searching @_WarIsHell. You can follow me on Facebook @WarIsHellGaming. Of course, donate to the Patreon if you can to be able to help out with making missions like this. So, again, that is going to be it. War is hell, but you don't have to worry because warfighters, I've got your 6.